All right, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at the Shira David Sukkah. Baruch Hashem. What a schus we have, guys, to learn daven with the Nate's minion. And then we have a schus to learn together in the Sukkah. Baruch Hashem. We have to just remember we're sitting in the Sukkah, which the Zohar says is the Tzela de Menusa. Right? It's the Tzela de Menusa. This is the shade of our Amunah. Tzela de Menusa. To realize HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always with us. And we're supposed to take this with us all through the year. Right? We're supposed to take that all through the year. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always with us. Shivisi Hashem L'negdi Summit. Okay. Now, we're learning Likutey Halachos. We're in Hilchos Devarim Hanayahagim Besuda, things pertaining.
So Hashem is closer now.
Close, very close now. We have to feel the Hanani HaKavod.
Yeah.
Right? We have to feel the Hanani HaKavod. And the same way when we were in the desert and we had the Hanani HaKavod, those that believed in the Hanani HaKavod protected them.
Yeah.
Those that didn't believe in the Hanani HaKavod, he threw them out.
Wow.
He threw them out. The Hanani HaKavod, he threw them out. Get out. That's what we're going to learn about Amalek. Amalek came because they threw them out, and we got these guys to attack. Yeah.
So
It was really easy to believe them.
Huh?
It was really easy to believe them.
Mamish, it's about Emunah. That's right. That's why it's called the Tzela de Menusa.
If they were thrown out, I'm saying it was easy to believe.
Yeah. No. It was. Listen, Sasha. In those days, I mean, you saw the Yad Hashem. I mean, come on. You woke up in the morning, you had nothing to eat. Your closets were empty, everything. And then the man showed up. I mean, come on.
So
You didn't go anywhere.
How could you complain?
It was the Erev Rav that was complaining.
We have a short memory.
No, it was the Erev Rav that were complaining. We learned about that with Moshe Rabbeinu, right? We'll just review because you asked that like this. When we were in Mitzrayim, as we were leaving, there was a chipazon going on. There's a haste. And Moshe Rabbeinu, the Erev Rav came to Moshe Rabbeinu and said, "We want to come along." Moshe Rabbeinu was thinking, "Wow, that's such a great idea. I could take these guys, Egyptians, right? Right? These guys serve idols, and I can bring them to make tshuva, and I can bring them close to Hashem. Wow, this is great. This will make a big kvod shamayim. This is going to be very, very good." So Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, "Can I take them?" Hashem said to him, "Well, I don't think it's a good idea." Moshe Rabbeinu said, "But can I take them? Can I take them?" He said, "If you want to take them, so take them." They were the ones that caused us to do the golden calf. They were the ones that caused us all the problems in the desert, all the problems. Ad kidei kach that Moshe Rabbeinu, when Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, "Kach es matcha," when it came to the stone, he said, "Kach es matcha," take your staff. He thought it said to take matay uzay, take his own accomplishments and all his things that he accomplished, all his mitzvahs, mas and tovim and everything. And he used that to draw Torah. He used his own merits to draw Torah because he thought that's what Hashem told him to do. But it didn't work because he was supposed to have came to HaKadosh Baruch Hu only with compassion and not with his own accomplishments. And then we learned that his accomplishments, his mitzvahs, can then be loaned to the people. The tzaddik, when the tzaddik comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu with nothing, his righteousness, his mitzvahs, everything gets loaned to the Jewish people, those that need to be rectified. So those mitzvahs, they come into the person, and they just do a tremendous cleaning. They cleanse the person. In other words, they don't belong to the people. They're just borrowing it from the tzaddik. But had Moshe Rabbeinu had done that, he would have been successful, and he would have been able to speak to the rock, and he would have been able to get the water from the rock just from speaking to the rock, and they would have been able to be Mekadosh Shem Shemayim. But it was the Erev Rav that was there that he was talking to again. Shimu no hamayrim. Listen up, you guys. Hey, guys, I helped you. I helped you, and you're still driving me crazy. Moshe Rabbeinu helped these guys. He took them out of Egypt.
Right.
But he said, you guys are still driving me crazy. And that's why he wound up hitting the rock. So it's really one of the same. Unbelievable. Right, anyway, that's Moshe Rabbeinu. We're finishing the talk. Okay, very good. Yeah, go, Davi. Yeah, very good. Okay, so now we're going to have Yud, okay? We're in Hilchas the Devar Managim Besuda, and we're in Halacha Dalit Yud. Those are the following along inside. Zeh bechina sukkah she'osim achar Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippurim, and this is the idea that we make the sukkah after we start preparing the sukkah by Rosh Hashanah, right? Yom Kippur, of course, right? Yom Kippur, you start buying the things, right? You start buying the things you need for your sukkah, and you start building the sukkah after Yom Kippur, right? Ki achshav b'sukkahs anu zoichen lichvoish Eretz Yisrael. Wow. Conquer. We can conquer Eretz Yisrael. Isn't that beautiful?
After Yom Kippur.
After Yom Kippur. You're going to see now. What's it stated? Kibbur Rosh Hashanah v'aseres yemei tshuva v'yom kippurim al yedei Torah shem shichanu. Oz al yedei tshuva v'tefillah. Through Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, through that time, we're working on tshuva. Right? Tshuva is one of the mitzvahs. Right? It's a mitzvah to do tshuva. Right? Mm-hmm. So you draw Torah, as you do tshuva, you're drawing Torah. You bring a lot of Torah. You're bringing Torah. You're following Torah. You draw Torah when you follow the Torah, right?
Tshuva is tefillah, no?
Tshuva is tefillah. Tshuva is a mitzvah in the Torah, to turn back to Hashem. To do tshuva is a mitzvah deraisa, to do tshuva, to come back to Hashem. Utfila, al yedei zed nivne v'nigle bechinas kedushas Eretz Yisrael. You build the holiness, the kedushas Eretz Yisrael. You build the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael, the holiness that's found in Israel. And now we have to enter into real Eretz Yisrael, not the Israel. We have to enter into Eretz Yisrael. They call this Medinat Yisrael. We have to enter into Eretz Yisrael. It has to be Medina's Eretz Yisrael. And therefore, when it comes to Sukkos, we're working on preventive, for those guys that are stopping us from coming into Eretz Yisrael, those guys that are talking against Eretz Yisrael. We can subdue them. Shei moitzi dibas aretz ra. They speak badly about Eretz Yisrael, like the Meraglim did, right? The Meraglim did that also, right? Eretz Yisrael is Malchus. The whole Eretz Yisrael itself is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's kingdom. His kingdom is Israel. Eretz Yisrael is HaKadosh Baruch Hu's kingdom. The royal city is Yerushalayim. The palace is the Beis HaMikdash. Is that not beautiful? Come on. The kingdom of Hashem is Eretz Yisrael. The royal city, the capital city, the royal city is Yerushalayim. And the palace is the Beis HaMikdash. When it comes to Shmini Atzeres, that's the main demonstration of Malchus. Why? Because that's when it's just Klal Yisrael and Hashem. All through Sukkot, like today we brought eight parim, right? Every day we brought different bulls. We bring a total of 70 of them in order to bring rectification to the nations of the world, right? And that's what the whole Sukkot, holiday of Sukkot is about. Rectifying the entire world. To bring rectification so that we can be together with Hashem on Shmini Atzeres. It's so beautiful. Mamish. To bring the Malchus together with the beloved. We are the beloved of Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Malchus, which is the Zeran pit. Okay. And that's the whole idea of Eretz Yisrael. The Shleimus of Eretz Yisrael is Malchus. And we said that really we start the Nesira, the separating of Adam and Chava. They were connected. They were created back to back. And then we start the Nesira. We start to separate them. We start to separate them on Rosh Hashanah, through Aseres Yemei Tshuva, through through the 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkot, through Sukkot, Hoshana Rabbi, Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow, then the Sira is finished, is completed. And then Adam and Chava can now face each other on Shmini Atzeres. That's
wasn't on the same day, everything?
no. That's what the Zohar says. The Zohar says this. The Zohar explains it. And the Sira was happened this way. There's different ways to understand it. This is the way we're learning. Okay. Ki Sukkah hi bechinas haderech le'Eretz Yisrael, because Sukkah is the way to Eretz Yisrael. Wow. Ki Sukkah hi bechinas anane kavod, because the Sukkah is anane kavod. See, when you're in Eretz Yisrael, your whole body is in Eretz Yisrael, right? When you're in the Sukkah is special. Sukkah is special. You go in, it's a mitzvah that your entire body is in the Sukkah. It's like a mikveh. When you go into a mikveh, your whole body is in the mikveh. When you go into the Sukkah, your whole body is in the Sukkah. There's no other mitzvah like that. There's no other mitzvah like that. That's why the mitzvah of Yishuv Eretz Yisrael is such a special mitzvah. Can you imagine now you're having Yishuv Eretz Yisrael and you're sitting in a Sukkah in Eretz Yisrael? How special that is? They ask a question, why did the Shpizin, listen, did you like this? You know, we have the Shpizin. Today is the Shpizin of Yosef Atzadik. Yosef Atzadik, Swiss Yogan Elena, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Why did the Shpizin come to us on Sukkot? They don't come to us on Pesach? Why? You think by the Seder, the Shpizin want to come to visit us by the Seder? We have Eliyahu Navi comes, but the Shpizin don't come. Why?
We create a space for them.
No, but why, what is the reason why they wouldn't come any other time? They don't come any other time. They just come Sukkot. The reason is because the air in the Sukkah, the avir, the air that we breathe in the Sukkah, is like the air of Gan Eden. The air in the Sukkah is like the air of Gan Eden. It's so pure. The air is so pure. It's not contaminated. So the Shpizin feel comfortable to come into the Sukkah. It's like where they live. So they come to the Sukkah, but they don't want to come any other place. Any other time of the year, they come to the Sukkah. Beautiful. Anani Kavod, Hein Bechinas Derech Eretz Yisrael. The Anani Kavod is this idea of Eretz Yisrael. Moshe Kosa, Vashem Hoylech Lifneim Yoimam Ba'amud Onon, Lanchoisam Haderech. Hashem, when the Anani Kavod went along with us, and it made the path, the travel very nice. Lanchoisam, right? If all the mountains were all smoothed out, and if there were any thorns and anything in the way, they got rid of them. Any snakes and scorpions that were there, they got thrown out. Everything was very nice. That's the whole idea of the Anani Kavod. The whole derech shel Yisrael sheholchu oz hakol hoya leilech le'Eretz Yisrael, and the whole journey from the time they left Mitzrayim, they were on their journey to Eretz Yisrael. That was the whole journey. Now you understand why the Sukkah, which is the Anani Kavod, is the trip to Eretz Yisrael, because the whole point of the Anani Kavod was the journey from Mitzrayim to Eretz Yisrael. Because in order to give our Kadosh Baruch Hu, He took us out of Mitzrayim to give us Eretz Yisrael. There's no other tzaddikim that speak about Eretz Yisrael like this. Nobody. You ever see them say like this? They love Eretz Yisrael like this? The whole sukkah is Eretz Yisrael. It's amazing. The Torah itself demonstrates this idea of the Anani Kavod and cleaning making the pathway for us to get to Eretz Yisrael. V'zeh bechinas sukkah, shu bechinas Anani Kavod shayu melichin es Yisrael b'derech hanachon k'dei l'Eretz Yisrael ki ananim heim miyashrin lahem haderech. The Ananim, they were smoothing out miyashrin. They were smoothing out the pathway for us. Hainu Horgin nechoshim v'akrovim. They were killing any of the snakes and scorpions, right, that were there, that wanted to attack people, right? Snakes and scorpions attack people. Kill them, get rid of them. Umachnien es haseine hagodol shu amalek. And the Anani HaKavod got rid of the great ones that hate us, which is an aspect of Amalek. When we believe in the Anani HaKavod and the protection of Hashem, none of our enemies can attack us, because we have the protection of Hashem. But if we believe in our own strength, so then the enemies say, we can fight. Hashem, we're not going to fight. We tried to fight Hashem that time. We tried to make the tower, right, the Tower of Babylon. And that didn't work. We know we can't fight Hashem. We can fight you guys, no problem. When we believe in the Anani HaKavod, we believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's protection, that He's mamish protecting us. We believe that, so then our enemies have no power over us. Nothing. They can't. They're weak. They're weak. They can't attack us.
That's why they don't want us to pray on the mount.
They what?
They don't want us to pray on the Temple Mount.
Mm-hmm.
In Rabbayat. They don't want us to pray up there.
Kamuvan beperish Rashi al pasuk vayishma haknani. Listen to this pasuk. Listen. Vayishma haknani melech harod. The melech harod, he heard about, what did he hear? What did he hear? He heard this idea. He heard this idea that Aharon had passed away. He heard that Aharon had passed away. The world knew that the Anani HaKavod were with us in the merit of Aharon HaKohen. Right? Yesterday's Shpizin, right? Aharon HaKohen, right? Yeah, wait. So now, they said, this is the perfect time. Aaron passed away, we lost the Anani HaKavod, we can attack them now. They don't have the protection of Hashem. That's when they attacked us. But they didn't know that really Moshe Rabbeinu was so great that even the Bear Shel Miriam, after Miriam passed away, she passed away first. Then Aaron passed away. It was in the order that they were born. Right? Miriam was the oldest one, then Aharon, and then Moshe Rabbeinu. But Moshe Rabbeinu had the merit to bring the water, the Anani HaKavod, and the man. Moshe Rabbeinu's merit was so great. It was so great. He was able to do all. שכל זה הוא בחינת המיינים שיש בדרך ההליכה שהולכים לארץ ישראל, שאילו המיינים הם בחינת נחשים והקרובים, בחינת המלך. So Amalek is nothing more than a snake and a scorpion. Look what he says. That's all they are. They're snakes and scorpions. So when we believe, sit in the sukkah, and we believe, and we need to take this all year long. It's not just for sukkahs. We have to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends us out of our house, because when we're in the house, we think we're fortified. We have the house; it's stone, it's strong. We have the mamad. Oh, we're very strong. But the sukkah has there's no mamad in the sukkah. The sukkah doesn't have a strong roof. The sukkah doesn't have strong walls. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is showing you. I'm protecting you. Now, I'm not telling anyone, chas v'shalom, there's ever a zakah, there's a thing, you're going to go into the mamad. There's no question about it, okay? But if we truly believe this, there won't be any siren. There won't be a siren. They won't attack us. Okay, let's go on here. Arba minim. Okay, we take the arba minim on sukkahs. Isn't this beautiful? We're learning the zinyanim on sukkahs, in the sukkah. Mamash wow. Shehei mechinas mona kirova. These are the Zohar says that the anania, the arba minim, the four species are our weaponry. That's our weaponry. Our weapons are the lulav. He's going to explain how. K'may she'isa b'Zohar HaKadosh, mon notzach, mon da'oched, mona krova biyadai. Who is the one that's going to win the war? He who has the weaponry in his hand. Who has the better weaponry, he's going to be the one that's going to win. But not physical weaponry. Not that I have a better rifle than he has. Not that I have a better tank than they have. Not that I have a better plane than they have. No, my dalid minim. My dalid minim are the beauty. That's the beauty. That is what the beauty is. We're going to see now in a minute. Watch, this is unbelievable. Shezeh bechinas mashem mevaya sham b'Torah sha'idei chidushei Torah mamshichin ha'idei mekablim malachim hanivroyim me'elu chidushei Torah. We create, every time you learn Torah, and we learned this idea, you have to hear this idea, before you learn Torah, you have to pray to Hashem. You pray to Hashem that your Torah should be Torah that brings you closer to Hashem. Your Torah should be closer to Klal Yisrael, closer to Eretz Yisrael, to bring me closer. When you do that, the words of Torah that you're learning create angels. These angels are up on high. And these angels then battle against the angel of Edom, which is Amalek. Edom is Amalek, right? Against Yishmael, these enemies, and what they can do is the more power you put in to your limud Torah, the more power you put in, more to that tefillah, before you learn, the angels have tremendous power. And we said this, it could be three things can happen. If you really have a lot of power, so then you could take those the evil angels, and you could take them captive. Capture them, bring them over, and make them good angels. Amazing. We see that sometimes, right? We see some of the bad guys become good guys, right?
Yeah.
So we see that. Hashem lets us see things in this world, for the mashal, for the nimshal. He lets us see that. That physically you have some bad Arab guys, bad guys, that become good guys. If it's not so powerful, we can weaken them, that they can't attack us. That they can't attack us and they can't speak badly about us. And if it's weaker than that, then we can't really weaken them, but we can close their mouth, we can shut their mouths up, that they can't speak badly about us. Based on how much power we put in to our Torah learning, and how much tefillah we put in to get closer to Hashem. It's so important. Hey, mekablen koyach me Edom shememuna al hacherev, because Edom, we know, he lives by his becharba, he lives by his sword, right? Le'enoish es harishoyim hamoinim maitzei dibas haaretz ra becharba uketola, and they have their swords, and they like to kill with their swords. We see that, right? Unfortunately. Oy bechinas acheres kefi chidushei Torah kefi rivvos kodesh al yedei ribos hanefoshes, through the amount of people that come together to the tzaddik. Again, when we have Rosh Hashanah and we learned about the whole idea of going to the tzaddik, the more people that come, there's the idea of riboi batim, right? We make more houses, we build more houses, but 2 become 4, 4 become 8, to 16, 32, 104, and so on. It goes to exponential numbers. So everybody that comes to be part of the kibbutz, that becomes part of the gathering, each person brings tremendous power. Tremendous power. Bechinas arba minim, shein bechinas mona krova. The idea of the arba minim, the 4 species, they are our weaponry. Bechinas koyach shemekablen me Edom mimena al chereb, shemekablen koyach mimenu lachnia hamoinim eretz Yisrael. So our sword, when we're shaking the lulav, what you're doing is you're shaking in all directions. So all of our enemies, you're pushing them down. You're destroying them. Every time you shake the lulav in each direction, you're shaking down. You're destroying the enemies that are preventing us to be in Eretz Yisrael. Unbelievable. With our dalid minim, we're fighting with our enemies. Could you believe that? We fight with the enemies. I told you, I saw the other day, there was a group of soldiers who were walking, we were riding, we did a TO, we were thinking. So I said to the guys, I said to the soldiers, Atem צריכים לדעת, זה ממש העיקר, הנשק שלכם. They had their lulavim in their backpacks, each one of them had the extra box, they had their thing, so that's their neshek, that's their real neshek. Our enemies, they're scared of that. They're scared of the lulav, they're not scared of the rifle, they're scared of the lulav. Could you believe that? Did you ever hear anything like that?
It's amazing. It's just
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Ze beginnen Abba Minim. What?
They were complaining just now. I saw in the news that the Jews brought vegetables, some sacrifice on
They did what?
the Jews brought sacrifice. You know, the Jews brought in, you know,
The Abba Minim.
yeah, at the Temple Mount.
And that's a sacrifice?
The Arabs were saying that Jews brought a sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice.
That's what they have.
Yeah, sure they're going to say, yeah, but we push them down with the lulav. Bechinas arba minin shei mana krava shebehem anu loichim esayvenu lemachniim es kol ha'maynim Eretz Yisrael. And we push down all of those guys that are trying to keep us away from Eretz Yisrael with the lulav. Could you believe that, how powerful it is? Shu bechinas sukkah sholem. K'may shekosav ahi b'sholem sukkah. That was when it talked about Sancheriv, the fall of the army of Sancheriv. The whole idea of the whole ikar of Eretz, the kedusha of Eretz Yisrael, is Yerushalayim, and is the Beis Hamikdash that's called Sukkah Sholem. Sukkah Shalom, isn't that beautiful?
Unbelievable. This is the true name for Shalom. That's the only place of Shalom.
Sukkah.
Not any other places.
וזה שאיסה בזוהר הקודש שארבע מינים מוירים שאנו ניצחנו המלחמה בראש השנה ויום הכיפורים כמו שאיסה מן נצח מן דאחיד מן הקרב בידי. When we have our daled minim in our hands on Sukkot, right? Like we have our daled minim. That shows that we won the war on Rosh Hashanah. We won the war already, Rosh Hashanah. That's how we were merited to have the daled minim. Because we won the battle on Rosh Hashanah. That's how we merit to have the daled minim. Because it says, Mon notzach, Mon the ochid, Mona krava biyadei. The one that, the winner, the victorious people, the ones that are victorious, they are the ones that have the daled minim in their hands. Because the main nitzachon, the main victory is on Rosh Hashanah. We know that everything's decided Rosh Hashanah, what's going to be during the year. It's on Rosh Hashanah, it's all decided when everything's written down, what's going to be during the whole year. So you see what manifests over the year, what was decided on Rosh Hashanah. As the year unfolds, you see what happened. What was the verdict on Rosh Hashanah as you see the year unfold. So the fact that we have our daled minim on Sukkot, we see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a good year because we have our daled minim. She'oz maschilin lahamchich toiva b'kibbutz kefi ha'toiva shemamshichin oz kein menatzchin ha'melchama lovei l'Eretz Yisrael ki kefi ha'toiva kemei kein mekablin ha'malachim koyach me'edem lachnia ha'maynim Eretz Yisrael b'charba u'ketola. As we said, our daled minim knocked down. We go to battle against the Edom, against their sword. We have our lulav, which is against their sword. And we can knock them down with our lulav, spiritually.
And that's good for the whole year round.
That's good for all year.
So now we have protection for the whole year round.
Because of Rosh Hashanah. And therefore on Sukkot, when we merit to take the four species, that's our main weaponry. It shows us that we won the war on Rosh Hashanah. We won the war on Rosh Hashanah. It was already written down. And therefore, the main of the first one, the main one of the Arba Minim is the Esrog. That's the main one. He's going to explain why. Just 1 second. Shehu bechinas Malchus. The Esrog is Malchus, royalty. Bechinas Eretz Yisrael. The Esrog is like Eretz Yisrael. Stay tuned. Va'lulav uminav, and the lulav and the other species. Hein bechinas klei zayin shebahem machniyan hamaynim. The lulav and the adasim and the aravis. That's the klei zayin.
It's the weapon.
The esrog itself is malchus, and the lulav is the weaponry. Bezaychen lava there so shu bechinas esrog shu bechinas kulach yafa rayasi ein bach, as we say in Shir Hashirim. It's so beautiful, and there's no blemish. Look what he says now. Isha yiras Hashem bechinas Eretz Yisrael. Isha yiras Hashem is bechinas of Eretz Yisrael. Ve'al kein tzarich sheyia esrog naki b'loy shum mum b'chisaron. Oh, that's why the law is, when you buy your esrog, you cannot have any blemish. It can't be lacking anything. Mordechai, you understand now why? Because that's the malchus. You don't want to have any chisaron. You don't have anything lacking in the kingdom. You want everything perfect. Ein mum ein ba. There's no mum. That's why the esrog that's why the esrog has to be perfect. You look for the most clean esrog. Bebechinas mum ein ba. Hainu ki ein tzrichin. Hianu tzrichin lachnia ulevar kol moitzi dibas haaretz ra. We have to subdue all of those people, and this is a big job we have today. There's a lot of people around the world speaking very bad things about Eretz Yisrael. We have to shut them down. We have to shut them up. Shei matilim chas v'sholem mum pigam be'Eretz Yisrael, because they're making blemishes. They're trying to put blemish into Eretz Yisrael. Shu bechinas esrog, but Eretz Yisrael is an esrog. You can't blemish the esrog. If the esrog, you blemish the esrog, it's possible. It doesn't work.
What's interesting is that they're quieter now around the world because of the signing, and for some reason they're quiet.
No, because we have our lulav and our esrog.
That's right.
That's why all this happens. It's nothing to do with anything else.
Yes.
That's what we take an esrog that's mehudar. That's beautiful. We try to find the nicest one that we can find. Without any kind of blemish or lacking. Did you ever read anything so beautiful like this? Did you ever see something so beautiful? No, really. The esrog is beautiful, and therefore Eretz Yisrael is beautiful. You can't have any blemish in your esrog because Eretz Yisrael is perfect. And it's like the esrog. Shu bechinas esrog b'li shum mum b'chisaron bechinas loy sechsar kol ba. It's not lacking anything. Loy sechsar kol ba. It's not lacking anything. Eretz Yisrael today is not lacking anything.
Perfect.
You can find everything over here. This is the only country in the world that you have. It's a microcosm of the entire world, right? In the winter time, you can go skiing on Har Hermon, yeah. You can go to Eilat, and you can go sailing if you want. You want to go in there's no problem, right? You want mountains, you want flat ground, you want this, anything. You want to see, you have everything here. Everything's in Eretz Yisrael. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all here. Everything is in this place. I'm amazed that we live here, Baruch Hashem, in the Gush. If you go 20 minutes away to Beit Shemesh, it's a totally different climate. It's a totally different climate, 20 minutes away.
Yeah, if you go to the desert here, also.
I understand, but where in the world can you drive 20 minutes and see something different?
Amazing.
No, there's no place in the world. There's nowhere else. You ride such a short trip and you see something totally different? Aye.
You go from Caesarea to Zikron Yaakov.
Yeah.
It's a beach and it's hot, and it's the mountains and it's cold. 20 minutes.
20 minutes away, yeah. It's fascinating, right, David? Ki nechnoyin kol moitzi dibas aretz v'nis batlin kol mumim v'chesroinim sheroitzim lahatel beretz Yisrael chasron, because we could calm down all of those people that were trying to speak badly of Eretz Yisrael, and that's why you said they're quiet now, because the lulav and the esrog is working. But now let's see about the lulav. Yud days. Let's see about the lulav. Zeh bechinas halulav. Shu ikar hamarames al bechinas klei zayin. The lulav is the main weapon. It's the main weapon, the Iker Klei Zayin. She'oiches HaTzadik ki alulav hu bechinas tzadik hatama yifrach. How we say on Friday night, we say Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbos, right? Tzadik katomach yifrach, right? The tzadik, what does that mean? He sprouts, blossoms. What does yifrach mean? To blossom? What's the what? Yifrach means to blossom, right? Okay, so katomar is like a date, right? A date, he blossoms like a date. And where does where does the lulav come from? The date tree.
From a date tree. So maybe now you can understand how David beat Goliath, because he knew he was connected to the lulav, so he had no fear.
No fear at all. He was connected to Hashem.
Connected to Hashem.
He was connected to the sukkah. He was connected to Hashem. And he took his 6 little stones.
Yeah.
First one, boom, knocked him down. Because he believed. He has emunah. Who bechinas charbecha al yoreach. You gird your sword on your thigh, on the thigh. Very good, very good. All of that goes based on the purity. Based on the tzaddik's purity. It's all based on purity. If you have purity, you can take the charbecha ayarecha on your thigh. If you have purity. Kemuva b'tayra, ayin sham. Ma'ashem mevaya la pasuk ata yadata ki kol ha'telah, ata yadata daika. All of the things that you find when we were in Mitzrayim, and you saw all of the problems that we had. Ata yadata daika, Kodesh Baruch Hu knows. Befrat Golus Mitzrayim Shoya Idei Pegama Bris. The whole problem with Golus Mitzrayim was the whole thing of Pegama Bris. Ayin Sham Eitev Umuvan Sham Shakol. Toli Betikun Habris. Everything is dependent on the person's purity. It starts with Shmiras Einayim. You watch what you see, because if you see something, the heart desires, and then the person gives in to the Aveira, right? So the whole thing starts with Shmiras Einayim. Watch what you see, and then you can protect yourself, and you can keep the bris pure. You can keep the body pure. The way we say the lulav comes from the date tree, and the tzaddik katama yifrach bechinas chera pepiyos. It's a double-edged sword. The lulav is like a double-edged sword. The bechinas chagar charbecha yorech. Shezoicha tzaddik ayedei tikun habris la'amshach haTorah bechinas ad shezoicha lekabel hakli zayin besukos sheim bechinas lulav kedei lachnia adei hamoinim eretz Yisrael. And that's why we take you're supposed to shake the lulav in the sukkah, because sukkah is bina. Sukkah is bina. Why is sukkah bina? Because the sukkah is like the mother's womb. When the baby's in the mother's womb, the baby feels very comfortable in the mother's womb. It has food, it's comfortable, it has everything's taken care of for the baby. That's how we come into the sukkah. It's bina is the same idea. We're supposed to feel how HaKadosh Baruch Hu is protecting us and He takes care of us. Right? And when you take the lulav in the sukkah, wow. It has
all the protection.
All the protection. Okay. And therefore we tie together with the lulav the hadas and the arvei nachal the aravas, right? We put them together with the lulav, right? Why? Arvei nachal zeh bechinas rishoyim v'peishei Yisrael. When it comes to it says okay, the arvei nachal the arava has no tam and no reach. It has no taste, and it doesn't smell any. It doesn't have any pleasant odor or nothing. That's considered like the Rishoyim. Kamuva, I know, tzaddik mekasher etzatzmayim kol harishoyim. The fact that the tzaddik, like we said, Moshe Rabbeinu, He works to be kosher himself, to bind himself together with all the Rishayim. And he takes all of his merits and he lends it to them so that way they can be cleansed. They can be purified from all of their rishes. Like I just said to you, to subdue the rishis that's inside them. You need the tzaddik to give him his mitzvah, to lend him the mitzvahs, his Torah, his kedusha, sabris. It goes into them and it totally washes them out. It cleans them out. It's like a tremendous cleansing agent. To bring them back to tshuva, you have the opening in the rock and then the water flows. The water flows. According to the multitude of Rishayim that the tzaddik was able to fix, he was able to bring back to Hashem. This Rabbi Kedusha Lamala, it makes such an impression up on high. It makes so much power up on high. Oh, therefore the Arava has to grow, the best Aravas grow by the water. It's called the Arvei Nachal, by the Nachal. Nachal Navea Mikol Chochma. Nachal, right? Zer remesh shetikun ha'arovos shehem bechinas harashoyim shua yedei shifchi kamayim libech noichach pnei Hashem. Shifchi kamayich libech noichach pnei Hashem. When we do tshuva, when Jews do tshuva, right? When Jews do tshuva, they start to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Look at these words. Shifchi kamayim libech noichach pnei, towards Hashem, all towards Hashem. We turn towards Hashem. Hainu de riboy rachamim v'sachnunim. That the tzaddik requests his Torah, brings Torah down through rachamim and tachnunim. He brings the Torah down through mercy and compassion. Shayadei zeh zoicha tzaddik lamshich Torah habe v'bechinas mayim kenal. Zeh bechinas hadas. Shereichoi toy v'nifla v'tamay mar. Oh, but a hadas has a nice, beautiful scent.
Smell. Right?
You make the bracha, borei atzei b'samim. You could smell it, right? It has a beautiful scent. But it has no taste. What's that? Zeh bechinas haneshama. Sheseveles miriras al shibat haTorah. The hadas is like on the neshama, that it has to endure all of the pain and all of the suffering from the Torah. He's especially men and nimshachem beirei Torah. V'haneshama hu bechinas reach kamuva b'divrei Rabbeinu zechreinu levracha kama pa'amim. The neshama is considered a reach. Why is that? Because at the Chet Eitz Hadas Tov Ra, it said they looked at the tree, they touched the tree, they tasted the tree, but it didn't say they smelled the tree. It didn't say they smelled it.
The
scent didn't get defiled. It was not defiled. So the neshama is connected to the scent. The Gemara in Bracha says on Mem Gimel on 43 on page B on side B. The Gemara says, what does the neshama benefit by and not the guf? What is that? Is there reach? A reach. Reach is something that the neshama benefits by. The neshama enjoys that, but the guf doesn't gain anything from it. Yes, maybe he feels tranquil or something, but doesn't gain anything physical. There's nothing physical in smelling. Therefore, its taste is bad because it doesn't have to have a taste. It's a neshama. Neshama doesn't eat anything. The Torah is in servitude, right? The Torah is in servitude because sometimes we don't always follow the Torah. Right? The guf doesn't follow the Torah is in servitude. Right? The neshama is pained by that. Like we say that the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos, Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, Perek Vav, Mishnah Daled, right? The Mishnah says, Paspa melach teichal. You're supposed to eat bread with salt. Eat bread with salt. Paspa melach teichal. וממסס בכל הטעמים והתענוגים, right? של זה העולם. ואין חיוסה אלא מהריח שהוא חייס הנשמה. But the neshama only gets from the reach. That's all it gets. And therefore the hadas, we know, has to be at least 3 tvachim. It has to be at least mishulish. Out of each sprout, it has to have 3 leaves coming out of each sprout. It has to be 3. Why 3? Look at this. Al shem ha'Torah shenimshach misham. The Torah comes from the neshama. Shehi mushuleshes bebechinas. Kamei sham resein l'chon levracha. Brich rachma da'oyev lo na'ayron telasa. Okay, so how blessed is the one that has the light that comes from the 3. What are the 3? Torah, Nevi'im, and Kesuvim. 3. Torah, Nevi'im, and Kesuvim. That's 3. You have the Kohanim, Leviim, Yisraelim. 3. Right? And you have Moshe, which is the 3rd of the 3. Miriam, we said before, Aharon and Moshe. He's the 3rd of the 3. All from the 3s. That's why the hadas has to be of 3. Nimsa shelula v'hadas v'arova miramesh satzadik mamshich makabel klei zayin lachnia amoyim me'eretz Yisrael ayidei ha'torah shemamshich me'neshama zeh bechinas hadas mishulash. That's the three hadas. So now you understand why we need the Esrog. The Esrog is Eretz Yisrael. It can't be blemished at all, nothing. It has to be perfect because Eretz Yisrael is perfect. The lulav is our weapon. Why is the lulav our weapon? The lulav is our weapon because tzaddik hatama yifrach. We take it from there, and the tzaddik is the one that has, because he has the kedushas. He has the kedushas habris. He can fight, and he has the best possibility to take care of the Aravis. What's the Aravis? So the Rishayim. But the tzaddik, through his purity, can help the Rishayim to come back, so they can also be part of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They can also be part of Shifchi Kamayim Libech Noichach Penei Hashem, like we said. And then the hadas, now we understand why you need the hadas, has to be 3. Because of the 3, you need to have Torah, Nevi'im, and Kesuvim. You need to have the Kohanim, Leviim, Yisraelim. You need Miriam, the schus of Miriam and Nevi'ah. You need the schus of Aaron HaKoyin, and the schus of Moshe Rabbeinu. Isn't that beautiful? Come on. Unbelievable. Shemekabel misham meimei ha'Torah ayedei arvei nachal daika ayedei rishoyim shemachzirim b'tshuva mekashes atzmai imahem. That the tzaddik takes him and he brings it together with the rishoyim. He combines himself with the rishoyim in order to cleanse them. B'shas tfilasei koydem adrush. Before the tefillah that the tzaddik has, a tefillah, before he gives the drasha, he davens to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that his words should be heard by the community, that should be heard and benefited by the people. That tefillah that he has binds him together with the Rishayim and helps to cleanse the Rishayim. Sheshayfech kamayim liboy noichach penei Hashem shaydei zeh nimshachem meimei ha'Torah b'shefa gadol b'chinas Pesach tzur v'yezuvu mayim. When he opens up that little hole in the rock will gush water from it. The water gushing from the rock. And this whole battle is all in order for us to conquer Eretz Yisrael. Did you know that?
Wow.
All of these things are all here just for us to conquer Eretz Yisrael.
Conquer Israel, truly.
Shehu bechinas ha'esrog. Eretz Yisrael is the esrog, pure. It can't have ein mumba. It can't have any blemish because Eretz Yisrael is perfect. It's Hashem's kingdom. It's His kingdom. Hashem's kingdom is perfect. His city is Yerushalayim. His palace is the Beis Hamikdash. It's all beautiful, magnificent, majestic. Shemechabrin im hasholosh minim, that we take together the esrog together with the 3 species. Ki ikar lovay l'Eretz Yisrael hu bechinas ha'esrog. The main thing is the esrog. We're coming into Eretz Yisrael as Eretz Yisrael is the esrog. V'zeh bechinas ha'nanuim. This is the idea that we shake the lulav. We do the nanuim. We shake the lulav, and the shaking the lulav is called the nanuim. Sha'akavana lo'oira hamoyach kidei lahamshach hamoichin ela esrig k'mavaya b'gavanas hanetzrichin lo'oira koyach hatzadik shetiken es hadas hamoyach ayidei kedushas habris. Again, the lulav is the tzaddik. So we're taking the tzaddik, we're taking and we're shaking away all of the tumah, all of the garbage that's around us. We're cleansing everything with the lulav. When we shake the lulav, we're cleansing everything. It's unbelievable what we can do with this lulav, how beautiful it is. When we get rid of all of the nonsense, and you shut everyone up, and you get rid of all of the Edomites, and you get rid of all of the Ishmaelites, and you get rid of all of them. So then you can all come to Eretz Yisrael. Then Mashiach comes, and the game is over. We win. Because we won on Rosh Hashanah. Because the fact that we have our Daled Minim on Sukkot means that we won the battle on Rosh Hashanah. Dahinu lekabel hakoyach me'edem lachnia hamoinim shezeh bechinas ata yadata al kein tzrichin lenaneya arba minim le'oira hamoyach vadas. Because we're waking up the mayach. We're waking up our mind. Wow, I'm shaking in these directions. All these 6 directions. It's like the Echad in Shema Yisrael. When we say Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, right? The one is the oneness of Hashem. The Ches is the 7 firmaments up on high in this world. And the Dalet is the 4 corners. We're doing all of the Echad is all with the Lulav, the Das. To know HaKadosh Baruch Hu is one in every direction. So you're waking that up when you shake the Lulav in all the different directions. That's how it works. Okay, let's just finish this piece over here. So therefore we see on Sukkot, we merit to mekabel koyach. We take the power from Edom ba'atzmai. We take his power from Edom. From Amalek, we're taking their power, lachnia hamaynim Eretz Yisrael, to use their power against everyone else that's trying to to take us out from Eretz Yisrael, to preventing us from coming to Eretz Yisrael. V'oz kol ha'umais noisnim koyach mish petehem, and then all the umas give their contribution, lachnia as kol ha'arvim al das ha'torah kadosha. As kol hamoinim Eretz Yisrael k'mavaya b'termin al pasuk al kein yetzei mishpat mu'ukal, and therefore when the Russia is involved, the mishpat goes out mu'ukal. What's mu'ukal? Means it goes out crooked, right? What does mu'ukal mean? Mu'ukal, crooked. It's crooked. It's a crooked judgment. Not right. Yeah. Not right. V'al kein nikra sukkah sholem, and therefore we call it Sukkah Sholem. Sholem means complete, not crooked. Because then we can have peace with all of the nations. When do we have peace with all the nations? In the time of David HaMelech and Shlomo HaMelech. Right? The main one is Edom. Basically, we straighten out the judgment through the sukkah, right? It makes the judgment straight. We take the power away from Edom. And therefore, on Sukkot, we bring 70 sacrifices of the bulls, right? The par is the bull, right? 70 bulls in order to make things right with the 70 nations. Ki anu tzrichin oz lekabel koyach mehem lahamad hadas al tilah. Because what we have to do is we have to take the das from them and all of their wicked stuff and make it straight. Al kein tzrichin lekarev karbonas aleim. Therefore, we bring karbonas for them. Ba'al yedei karbonas mivorin hatoiv hanelam bahem. And through the carbon, there's good in everything. Everything has good in it. When you bring the carbon, you can reveal the goodness that's inside all of the nations of the world. We learned when it came to Kriya Shema. Talk about Kriya Shema for 1 second. You could say Kriya Shema in any language. Any language you want, you could say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu. How? How? Because we said in every single language is something good. And when you reveal Hashem is one, then you're taking the goodness out of that language. That's why you're allowed to say Shema in any language that you want, remember? So here we're bringing the 70 bulls against the 70 nations in order to take out whatever is good from them, to reveal whatever is good from them. Again, the Nekuda Taiva, even in the Umas HaOlam, Shu Bechinas Mishpatei Di Kedusha Nafal Beineim, the mishpat of holiness falls between them. Kiheim machzirin hamishpat etzleinu ayedeshin noistim tekef lachnia amayim eretz Yisrael umikol hadvar shebedusha lahamid hadas hakodesh ala telah. And that's how we could bring the holy thing over here. It's unbelievable to understand that. And tomorrow on Hoshana Rabbah we'll learn. In Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to learn about the Shpizin, and then we're going to learn also about Hoshana Rabbah. Tomorrow, I'll just tell you like this. So you should just know the kavanah before. So when it comes to Hoshana Rabbah, is the day of the Arava, right? Hoshana Rabbah is the day of the Arava. So we said the Arava is like the Rishayim, right? So during Sukkot, we have to have the Arava together with the three species, right? You have to have it together with the lulav, the hadas, and the Arava together with the Esrog, right? When it comes to Hoshana Rabbah, when we finish the Shai, we put the lulav and esrog down, and we pick up just the arava. What are we showing? That the Rasha was fixed, and now the Rasha can be by himself, because he was fixed by the tzaddik. Once the Rasha gets fixed, when someone is sick, so they need to be in the intensive care unit, right? They need to be in the hospital, right? But as they get better, they can be released. So the Rasha is together with the tzaddik in the sukkah, with the Daled Minim during Sukkot, and he gets cleansed, and he gets pure, and he realizes that he can also be part of the Shifchi Kamayim Libech Noichach Penei Hashem. So that's why we could take the Arava by itself. We take the Arava by itself, and then we beat the Arava. Why? We beat all the rishis out of the Rasha that was still there to make him only to be a tzaddik. We beat it, and that's the whole idea of the Hoshana Rabbah, is to bring back everybody, and all those that came back, that can be back with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they can be one with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and be part of those that Shifchi Kamayim Libech Noichach B'nei Hashem. Okay? V'ameh kulam tzadikim. Okay, let's learn one halacha quickly in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. I think this is so beautiful how it worked out that we're learning Sukkos, Daled Minim in the Sukkah. On Sukkos, we spoke about the Shpizin. We spoke in the Sukkah. Unbelievable. And it's amazing. This is where we're up to. It works at Mamash. Wow, that's a present from Hashem. That's Mamash a Matana me Hashem. Mamash. Okay. We're learning Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. We'll learn one halacha because it says that Kol Hashem halachas b'chol yom muftach lo yishu be'edlam haba. So we're learning the dinim right now of the Kaddish Yasam. Okay, which is Siman Chav Vav, which is 26. And I think today we're up to 14. Okay, here, 14. Mi sheyachol v'royu lispalel lifnei ateva. If you have somebody that's able to lead the community, he could lead the community. Yispalel. So he should. If you have a yasam and he could lead the community, then go for it. Go daven for the yamid. Umayo yosem mikadosh yosem, and that's really a bigger rectification for the soul of the deceased than even the kaddish yosem, because he said the whole kaddish yosem was that when you have a child, if you have a child that loses a parent, so the Chazal instituted a kaddish yosem that the child will be able to say something in public, right, in order to remember his deceased. He can make a remembrance of them. However, but if the person can daven before the Amid, that's even greater than the Kaddish. The Kaddish is good. It's wonderful. But davening for the Amid is much, much better. Because we said that the Kaddish is only established originally for Ketanim, only for minors. It wasn't established for regular people over Bar Mitzvah. It's designed for people under Bar Mitzvah. Let's say The guy, whatever, he can't daven the whole tefillah by, maybe he has trouble standing, or whatever the case is. He can't do the whole tefillah. Yispala min ashrei yavolatzia and v'lahala. He should do ashrei and volatzia and finish the davening. Okay? Umisha yesh lo yischus yoysa b'kadeshim, ki goin ben shiva or shleishim, yesh lo gam kein schus yoysa b'inyan ha-tefillah. Whoever has the schus, because let's say the guy's during his shiva, or you have a guy in the middle of his shleishim, so this guy has a schus anyway. So this guy should also be the one that davens for the Amid. And these halachos we still follow. Because today, what do you call it? Everyone says Kaddish together. We said that Baruch Hashem, we worked that out, that there's no ketatas, there's no problems with people because everyone says Kaddish in unison. But the laws of who takes the Amid still, this is how it works. So if someone is, let's say, Chas v'Shalom is in his Shiva, and he comes to shul, he takes the Amid. If someone's in the middle of Shleishim, then he'll take the Amid, rather than someone else that's in the middle of it. But today we work it out anyway, that everyone gets a piece of the davening. One will do Psukei de Zimra, the other will do Birchas Kriya Shema, the other will do Ashrei and Volotzian. So you can get 3 people to get the Amid all together, also. Noigim she'ein ovel mispala lifnei ateva b'Shabbos v'Yontiv. And we do not allow, right, and we follow this today as well, an ovel will not take the Amid Shabbos and Yontiv. All right, if there's an ovel, someone Chas v'Shalom is in the middle of his year of Havelas, he won't be the one that leads the community on the Shabbos and Yontiv, and some even say on Rosh Chodesh. All right. Achim gam koidem Havelas haya darkei lispalo b'Shabbos v'Yontiv. Let's say he's a chazan. Let's say he's a chazan, right? Or he's the guy that always davens, right? Gam bisman Havelas yispalo. So if he's the community's waiting for this guy and needs the guy to daven, right? He's their guy. So then he can still daven. But if he's a regular guy, then he shouldn't take the. But if he's someone, okay. And then b'shem tshuvas meya, because that's halacha, our halacha for today. Okay, thank you everybody. And tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to be meeting in Beitar on Pachad Yitzchak. In the Breslov Shul, because we're not going to be davening over here at Shira David, but we have a tremendous opportunity to daven with Reb Chaim Kramer tomorrow. Okay. With Reb Chaim Kramer tomorrow at the Nate's Minyan. Okay, so everyone, the Nate's Minyan where we normally learn, the same place we're going to have the Minyan over there, Metz Hashem. Mamish beautiful. They have mikveh there, they have the shine, everything. Baruch Hashem. Okay?
They have food afterwards too.
They have food there. There we go. All right, everyone, wonderful. Mo'adin l'simcha, everyone, be well, kol tov.